Welcome back and let's continue with the series of Python by WS Cube Tech. I'm Nehal and this particular video we will talk about how you can just create a project, alright? And the name of our project is Bank Management System. So let's get started. So what we are going to do is we are going to build a project that is a bank management system by using our Python. And now in order to just build this project that is the bank management system, so basically what happens over here is that you are having a bank, all right? And suppose a customer comes up into the bank, so what all operations or what all you can see that uh, the things that the tasks that he would like to perform. So say for example a particular person comes up into a bank, so the thing is either he she can open a new account, or already suppose he she is having the account opened into that respective bank. So he or she wants to just view the details of their account. uh, there can be another operations as well, that for example say a particular person wants to just withdraw some money, or say for example a particular person wants to just deposit some money. So these are nothing but these are some of the tasks that a customer usually performs at the bank, all right? So what we are just going to do over here is that in order to just build this project, which is none another other than the bank management system, so we are going to have this many operations over there. So say for example, as I said, that a particular person may want to just open a new account, all right? So he she may open a new account over here. Then what if a person wants to just deposit some money into the bank? So he can do that thing by this method. Then a person can even withdraw money, okay? If whatever the money he she is in need of, so the particular person can simply withdraw the money from the bank. Then the person can simply do the balance inquiry, like what is the current status of uh, his her account, what is the current status in his current account. And we can even have this show customer details, all right? So it will just fetch all the details, like whatever the details are of a particular person is stored in the bank. And the last one is simply to delete a account, like for example a particular person wants to just withdraw the account. So he she will simply says that I just simply want to close my account. So what basically we are going to do is, like in our bank management system, we are going to write the methods for all these methods. So this will be our methods, or you can simply say that these are going to be our functions, and we are going to write this code in our Python, all right? So this was about the methods over here, all right? And we will even write one more method, which is the seventh one, and in that we will include a menu. So basically what this menu will do is, like as soon as you just run your project, so a menu will be displayed, and this menu will have all this you can just say a menu, or you can just say that it is just what all task a user can perform. So that menu we will display. So in order to just display that menu over here, so we are going to simply write the seventh one method over here, which will simply ask for the what choice or what task a particular person wants to perform, all right? So we'll just create that menu over there. So that menu will simply display all this uh, uh, all these methods over there. And whatever the task or whatever the number that he wants to perform, so we'll just accept those numbers, okay? So we are going to create this seventh one as well, that is the main method. You can call it as menu method, all right? So once done with this, what we are going to do is, now we want the database, all right? So because we want our whatever the data that we are taking from the user, we want it to store it somewhere, all right? So for that purpose, what we are going to do is we are going to create a database, and the name of the database we are going to name it as bank management, all right? So once this database is created, now the next step is, like we want to insert the tables inside it, all right? So we are going to insert the two tables in this case, all right? And you can see over here is, like in the first table, what we are going to do is we'll name it as account table. and it will just have all these fields over here. As you can see that name, then the account number, then the date of birth, then the address, then the contact number, and the opening balance. Like when you just open your account, so it is just required to open your account with some minimum balance into it. All right, so this will be your opening balance. And the next table that is we are going to create is about the account amount table. So this will have this fields, that is name, account number, and balance. So we are going to just create this database, and we are going to create these two tables, and then in order to just add the details inside this, we are going to use the R Python. All right, so our first step over here is like what we want to just create our database, that is bank management. So I will simply come up over here uh, on my MySQL workbench over here. So I just want to create a database, all right, and then we will move forward. So in order to just create our database, what we write, we say create database and the database name. So the name of my database, as you have already seen, is bank management. So I will simply say bank management. So once done this with this, I'm going to create a database first. So by the name of bank underscore management. So once done with this, I will just say run, and you can see that it says that create database bank management. And if you just refresh it over here, so you can see that this bank management database has been created over here. All right, so our first step is over, that we have created the database, and the name of our database is bank management. All right, now once the database has been created, now we want to insert the tables inside it. We want to create the tables. All right, so in order to just create that table, first we need to write the command and let my MySQL workbench know that which database I'm using. So for that purpose, I have to say that use bank management. So after just creating my database, the second step is that I want to tell my MySQL workbench that use this particular database. All right, and I will just click on this execute button. And once I say that use manage bank management, so it is done over here, and you can see over there that we are telling that I want to just use this particular database. And now once the database has been created, now we want to create the table. So in order to create a table, the query that we write is create table and the name of the table. So we can just come up over here, and the name of our table is account table. So I will just say account table. So we'll just say account. That's it. So now I'm just going to create a table of this. So I'm saying create table account, and inside this I have to pass the fields. All right. So inside this, my first one is the name. So I will simply say name, and the name the data type which I want to give is of varchar. So I will simply say varchar, and I will just give the size over here. So my name won't extend from about 10. So I'm just giving the specifying the limit as 10 over here. Then the next over here, the field which we are having over here is the account number. So we'll simply say account number, and this account number we are going to give the data type as varchar. All right, so we'll just say varchar over here, and I will just say that it will be of not more than 10. All right, the next uh, field that we have is of date of birth. Okay, so we are going to say that DOB, date of birth, and we'll just say varchar, and we'll give the size as 10. All right, so these are nothing but these are the table columns which I am passing over here. I'm specifying the data type with it, and even I'm specifying that of what size it will be. All right, so once done with the date of birth, we will have address. So I will just say address, and it will be of my varchar data type. And address, suppose say I give it, it won't be more than 20. All right, fine. Once done with the address, what more columns we have? We have contact numbers. So we'll say contact number, and I will just say this as int. All right, so that's it. And we have the last one, that is the opening balance. So I will just say opening balance. all right, and this will be also of my int. Fine. So I'm done with this thing now. So you can see that over here that if I just so you can see over here that I'm creating a table by the name account, and inside this I am having this columns over there. So my first column is of name, all right, and name, then account number, all right, then I have this date of birth, which is of varchar, then address, then contact number, which is of int data type, and opening balance is of int. And as soon as I just say run over here, so you can see that it says that create table account, all right. So the first table that we have created over here. In order to just show that table, I'm just going to say show tables, all right. So if I just clear this thing, and if I simply say show tables, so I will say show tables. That's it. And if I just run it over here, so you can see that this account table has been created. All right. So our first table has been created. That's it. Now what we want to do is we want to create the another table. Okay. So I will just say, and what would be the name of our table? It would be account. All right. So we'll simply say create table amount. All right, we'll say create table amount, and inside this again we want to pass the what all the columns we are going to have. So we are going to have this name, and it will be of the data type varchar. So say it is of 10 size. Then what we are going to have is we are going to have the account number and balance. So I will simply say account number, all right, and the data type is varchar, so I will just say it as 10, and we'll have the last one, that is of balance, all right. So balance will take it as int, all right. So this was all the fields, right. So we are just creating another table inside our database, that is bank management. So the second table we are creating is of amount. Okay, the account table has already been created, so we are having this amount, and inside this we are having this name and account number and balance, all right. And if I just simply say run over here, so you can see that it has been executed over here. And if I simply say show tables, and if I just execute this thing, so you can see that we are getting these two tables which are created inside our uh, bank management, all right. And the first table is account, and the second one is amount, all right. So we are done with this thing. Now in order to just view that fields over here, you can make use of this DESC and the table name. So I will just say account, and if I just execute this thing, so you can see that we are getting these fields inside this, what we have, the column names that we have created over here. So this was name, then account number, date of birth, address, contact number, opening balance. Okay, this was about the account. And if I just want to show for the amount, so I will say DESC and amount. And if I just execute this thing, so you can see these three columns which we have created, all right. And now our seconds, so we have completed with this part, right. We have created the database, and we have created the two tables, and via these two tables we will be able to execute all those methods that I have already told you, that what all methods we are going to uh, execute in our bank management. And now in order to just insert the record inside this tables, we are going to make use of our Python. Okay, so what we are going to do is simply we'll head over to our PyCharm over here, and now from here I will just create a new project, all right. So I will say new project, and let's name it as bank management system. So I will just say bank management system. That's it. So this will just create my new project, and then what we will do, we will just create a new Python file, and inside that we are going to write the code. Now you can see over here that this is your bank management system, this is your project, and inside this Python has already created a main file over here. So we'll just remove this code, and we'll just use this main file in order to just uh, code our things. All right. So now basically what we have done with the database. We have created the two tables. All right. And now what, as I have told you, that for the first step over here is that we want to display that menu, like what all the operations a particular customer can perform. So we are just going to create that method first over here. So what basically I'm just going to do is like I will say uh, I will simply say def, and let's name it as main. All right. So I will simply say main, and this is my method. So I will just say main method and colon and indentations. All right. And here what I want to do is I want to just print a statement. So I will just say that print, and inside this what I want to do is uh, we know that we want to display that menu. All right. And in order to display that menu is like we want to will you make use of this triple quotes. So my first operation that a person can perform over here is like if a person wants to open a new account over here. So I will simply say that open, and I will say open new account. All right. So this is my first one. And the second one is like suppose a person has opened a account, and what he wants to do is like he wants to deposit some amount over here. So we'll say that deposit amount. All right. Then our third one is to withdraw the amount. Suppose a person wants to withdraw the amount. So I will say withdraw. Then what all more a person can do is like he may do a balance inquiry. So I will say balance inquiry. All right. Then what all it may have is like once done with the balance inquiry. So a person may want to just display the customer details. All right. So we'll just say that display customer details. Right. And the last one what uh, person can do is simply close the account. So it will just say that close an account. So these are nothing but these are all the operation that a particular customer can perform in a bank. All right. So what we are basically doing over here is this is our nothing but as soon as uh, we run our project, so this thing would be displayed first. All right. So it will just give an idea like what all operations can is there inside your project. So this was about the print statement of all over here. Now what the next step over here is like you want to just make use of the if else. All right. So we'll simply say choice, and if choice is equal to, we'll say input, and if the choice is we'll just say that enter what all the operations you want to perform. So enter the task. All right. So we'll just we'll simply say that enter the task you want to perform. Enter the task you want to perform. That's it. So this is the one thing. All right, over here. Now we are going to say that if the choice, so if choice is equal to 1. All right. So we'll just write that 1 in the quotes. So if the choice uh, is equal to 1, so we need to call this open new account method. Okay. So we'll just say that open account method. So this will simply call the open method account. All right. So up till now we have not written the code for the open account method, and hence the reason it is giving you an error over here. So we'll write that thing in our later part. Okay. The first step over here is what we are doing is simply just displaying this all task, and we are going to accept the input from the user, and depending upon the choice, whatever the choice a person inputs, and it will just go to that particular method. Okay, now if elif, because we are making use of elif because we are having multiple choices over here, so if elif choice is equal to 2, so what you do, you go to the deposit amount, so we'll deposit amount. All right, now elif if choice elif choice is equal to 3, choice is 3, so what you want to do, you want to withdraw the amount, so it will just call the withdraw amount method that we are going to write afterwards. So we'll just say withdraw amount. All right, so this will be what withdraw. Okay, withdraw amount, that's it. Then the another condition over here I am having is if the choice is equal to 4. So what I want to do, I want to do balance inquiry. So it will just call the balance inquiry method over here. So I will simply say bal and inquiry. That's it. Fine. Then our next condition over here. So if it is elif is equal to 5. So my 5 this thing is to display the customer details. So we'll simply say in order to just view the details, or yeah, just to display the details, so we'll just name the method as display. We'll make all right. And then we have the sixth one, that is if a customer wants to just close the account, so we'll have else if choice is equal to 6. So what you do, you just close the account. All right, so we are done with this. And now if in the else part, we'll simply say that if the choices are not from this, so it would be definitely something different. All right, so we'll just simply say that print invalid choice. All right, we are going to do is we'll simply say me. All right, and once done with this, we'll simply say once again me, so that you can see the output over here. Now what I'm simply going to do is if I just simply say run over here, so you can see that we are getting this thing. All right, so what basically we have done over here is like we just created the menu, like what all operations uh, we are going to provide to the customer that comes into our bank. So you can see over here we are seeing that open new account, then deposit amount, withdrawal amount, balance inquiry, display customer details, and close an account. Okay, now if I just enter any of this choices over here, it will definitely going to give me an error because we have not written the particular respective method for that. All right, so it will just give me an error, but our first step was successful, like what we have just displayed the menu on our console. Okay, and now what we want to do is we are going to see one by one of the methods. We are going to write this methods one by one. Okay, so now what we are going to do is here we will start with our first method, that is open account. So I will just say that def, and we'll just say open. I will just say open account over here, and this would be my method for opening an account. And now what we want to do over here is like in order to just open the account, I have to ask for the some details, that is the details that we have entered in our the database. All right, so we'll ask for the name, then the address, then the phone number. All right, so we'll just go with that thing. So I will just first say that let the variable name be n over here. Okay, for name, so I will just say input, and I will say enter the name. All right, so first we are going to enter the name. Then our second field over here was about the account number, so we'll just say that enter the account number. So I will just say account number is giving a variable name, and I will just say input, and will say enter the account number. Then the next field we are having is the of the date of birth over here. So we'll simply say db, okay, is equal to input, and we'll just say enter the of birth. Then the next which field we are having is address contact number. So I will just say that we'll just say address is equal to input, enter the address. Then it was about the contact number, I guess. So I will just say that for contact number cn equal to input, enter the contact number. And the last one what we were having is the opening balance. So I will just say opening balance is equal to, just say that input, and we'll say enter opening balance. And so I will just do this as type conversion as int. All right, I'll just say int, and we are going to take this input as integer. All right, so I have done with this thing. Now what I want to do is basically I want to create a tuple inside this. So what I will just say that this, let it be my data one, or all right. So in data one, what I'm just going to store is my uh, the name, then the account number, all right, uh, then my date of birth, then my address, then the contact number, and the opening balance. All right, I want to just, I'm creating a tuple over here, and my second tuple would be of data 2, say it as data 2, and inside this what I will just put is I want just a name, and I just want the account number, all right, and I just want the opening balance. Okay, so this is nothing but I have created my two tuple over here by the name data 1 and data 2. Now the next step over here is I want to execute the query. So I will just say that let this query be my first query. So what I basically want over here is I will basically say that insert into, now in which table I want to enter is the first table, that is the account. Okay, we have two tables, that is account and amount. So in the first table we are going to enter. So I will just say insert into account, and I will just say that values, because we want to just put the details records inside our table. So I'm just going to say insert into account the values over here. And what I'm simply going to do over here is I will just say percentage, comma percentage, comma percentage, comma percentage, comma percentage, comma percentage. All right, so it must be of 6 because I'm having this 6 variables declared over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because whatever the input I'm going to accept from the customer, I'm going to insert it over here. All right. So this would be my first thing. All right. And inside my SQL, the second query that I'm just inserting over here is insert. I'm going to insert the record inside my second table, that is the amount. So I'm just going to say insert into amount and values, and here I have only as you can see in my data 2 I have only this 3 variables that I'm in need of. So I will just say percentage, percentage, percentage 3 times. So I'll say percentage, comma percentage, and percentage. That's it. All right, so I'm done with this thing. And now what I want to do is now in order to just execute this query, I want to create my cursor object. This we have already studied in our previous tutorials. Now, after done with this, I want to create my cursor object. But as you can see over here, we have not imported MySQL connector, and we have not even established the connection with our already created database. So let's go over there and first write that import statement over here. So what I'm basically going to say, if I say that import And if I say MySQL, so you can see that I'm not getting that thing over here. So uh, currently my SQL connector is not installed in my project. All right. So what I can just simply go over here, I will just simply say that go to the terminal over here, and I will just say, make use of this pip. Okay, we know that pip is nothing but it is the package manager via which we can just download any module or package which are inside our Python. So I will just say pip, and I will say install, and what I want to install is MySQL connector. So I will say MySQL dot connector, and if I just click enter over here, so you can see that it is going to install that particular module for me, and it says that successfully installed MySQL connector. So now I can just come up over here, and if I just say import and MySQL, so you can see that I'm getting this thing. All right. So make sure that this MySQL dot connector is installed into in your PyCharm over here. Once done with this, we know that now our next step is to uh, make use of this connect method. So I will just say MySQL dot connector dot connect, and inside this I will pass the arguments that we were doing in our entire uh, in our entire Python database connectivity tutorials. Okay, so I'm just going to say host is equal to localhost. Then I have the user, so user is equal to root. Then I have the password, so password is nothing but 1234. And at the database, so our database is bank management, so I will just say that bank underscore management. That's it. So this is going to just what it will do, that it will just establish the connection between our Python program and the database, and it will just establish the connection with this particular database, and we know that we have already created this database. Okay, and now if I just come up over here, as I want to make use of my uh, I want to just obtain my cursor object, I want to create the cursor object, so I will just put this inside a variable name. So I will just say that my database is equal to, and over here what I'm just going to do is I will just come up over here and I will create my cursor object. So I will say my database dot cursor, and once I have obtained my cursor object, so now I can just execute my queries. So I will just put this inside a variable name, so say x is equal to, and here what I'm just going to do, I will say x dot execute. Now what we want to execute over here is we want to execute the SQL query 1 and the data 1. All right, and that was the reason why we have created this tuple. All right, and in the second step also, what in the second execute, what I want to do is I will just say x dot execute, and inside this what I'm just going to say SQL2, I want to execute this SQL2 query with the data 2. All right, so that's it. So this we have done with this. Now I will just say commit. So I will say that mydb dot commit in order to just save my changes. Okay, and I will just print a statement that is data entered successfully. Okay, so I will just say print, and I will just say data entered successfully. To do is I want to just write the code for this deposit amount over here. Okay, so the name of our method over here which we have given over here is DEPO and deposit AMO. So I will just come up over here, and after this main, after just backspace and go to your indentation. All right, and I will say def, and I will just say this thing. All right, so I need to write the code for this particular method now, which is for the task 2. All right, so what I'm just going to do over here is that I will just say that I want to as since it is for the deposit amount, so I will just ask for the customer, like what amount you want to just deposit into your account. So I will just take a variable name. So say if I take that uh, it is for the enter amount, so I will just say that amount. Okay, so amount is equal to, and I will just say input, and I will say enter the amount you want to deposit. Enter the amount you want to deposit. That's it. Okay. So enter the amount you want to deposit, and we'll ask for the customers say account number, like in which account numbers, because whatever the amount the person is giving us, we want to put that thing into that particular record only, that particular account number only. So we'll ask for that thing. So I will just say that account number, we have given here also the same thing. Okay. So I'll just say that I will just come up over here and I will just say the account number. All right. I will just copy this line and I will just paste this thing. So I'm saying that input the account number. All right. Once done with this, what I want to do is I want to just write the query over here. So I will just take a variable name and I will just write the query as select. I want to just select what I want to select is I want to select the balance. Okay. So I will just say that select balance from amount table, and let's the condition set the condition where account number. Now the account number over here is the account number is ACC number is equal to percent s. All right, so this is the query which I am writing over here. Okay, and the next step what we are going to do is we are going to create a tuple. Okay, and tuple of what, I will just say that this account number. All right, and we can't create a tuple in this way, so we need to give this delimiter, that is comma, and now it is treated as a tuple in Python. Okay, want to do over here is like we just want to create the cursor object over here. So I will just say x is equal to my db dot cursor, and once I have gained the cursor object, so I simply can say x dot execute, and inside this what I want to just execute is my A as well as the data. So what I'm just going to do is execute this particular A with this respective of the data. So I'm just executing that query. I've by making use of the execute method over here. And what I would just want to do is now, in order to just to fetch this all results, what I want to use is I will just say x dot one. All right. So I will just fetch a single record, because what I want to do is over here is whenever the customer says enter the amount you want to deposit. Okay, so for suppose a particular person just deposit 5,000 rupees over here. So I will just ask for the account number, and what I will just do is whatever the uh, balance is there, okay, inside this this thing will be selected over here. And what I'm executing this thing now. In order to fetch that record, what I'm making use of the fetch one, and inside this fetch one, what I'm simply saying, so it will just fetch one. So I will just store this in a result variable. And once done with this, what I want to do is I will create one another variable. Okay, so that is, for example, if I say that t is equal to, okay, so I'm creating a t variable over here, and what I'm simply saying that whatever the result is there, okay, so whatever the result you are getting over here is at 0, and I will just say that plus. All right, in this step what I've done, basically I've created a variable name, and whatever the result which I'm getting, I'm just fetching that the index by the index value. So whatever the result that is at 0, so I just want to add that the particular amount which I'm going to get. Suppose a user enters 5,000 rupees, so here 5,000 rupees will be added to this result at index 0. All right, so when I'm just done this now, the next step is that I want to just update my table. Okay, because I want to show that thing in my board table, right? So what I'm just going to say, I have to update my record inside my amount table. Okay, so I'll just say that SQL. Okay, so SQL is equal to, and I will just say that you update this thing. So I will just make use of the update statement. So I will say update, and which table I want to update, the amount one. So I will just say update amount, and set balance where the account number is equal to %s. Okay, so this is how I'm going to just update my record inside my amount table. Okay, and the second what I want to do is I will just say that take it as D, and I will just put this inside this. What I'm just saying that T comma and AC. Okay, so T is nothing but my result, so result, and I'm just going to get this account number from here, and I will just make use of the execute method. So I will say x dot execute over here, and inside this what I'm just going to say what I want to execute, the SQL and the D. Okay, so this all I want to just execute, and I will just make sure that I just save my changes over here. So I will say mydb dot connect. um, I just want to save my changes. So I will say mydb.commit over here. And at last, what I'm just going to say that you call my main. Okay. So what basically I have done over here is simply like I'm writing the method code for the deposit amount. So first I will ask the customer like how much amount you want to deposit. The person is going to, then I will ask for the account number to that person. So the person will enter the account number over here. Now in this step what I'm just going to do is I'm saying that select balance from my amount table. Okay, so you can just see this is my amount table over here, and I'm selecting this balance from my amount table over here. So once I just select that thing, so I'm saying that select that where the account number is %s, so whatever the account number I'm going to get from the input user. Okay, and now what I'm just doing is I'm creating a tuple over here. So this tuple is simply we need to create it this way that after I'm inside my tuple, what I'm basically doing is I'm entering the account number over here and giving a delimiter. So this is how we create a tuple of single element. And then I'm creating my cursor object by which I'm executing my query. So which I'm executing this A and the respective data with this thing. And now I'm using this fetch one method. Okay, and via this what I'm basically doing, I have store a variable name, and inside this variable name what I'm simply doing is whatever the result which I'm going to get at index 0. Okay, so I'm just going to add the amount of this particular amount which I'm getting from the user. And once done with this, I need to just update that record. Okay, inside my amount table. So I'm just saying that update amount and set balance where account number is whatever the result I'm going to get from this thing. Okay, and the second and the next step what we did is we are creating again a tuple of which is will be of T and account number. Okay, so T is nothing but which is the result that is I'm getting over here, and I'm just saying that execute this SQL and my respective data, this D. Okay, the D is nothing but it is, this is all about how you can just deposit whatever the amount you are depositing, so that will be added into your the main balance. Okay, so this was about that deposit amount. And now if I just come up over here, so the next one what we are having over here is we have any withdrawal amount. Okay, so we are just going to write that thing for the withdraw amount. So I will just copy this thing method, and I will just head over to, and after this deposit amount what I'm just going to do is I want to write the code for the another method. So I'll just say def, and this is my method name. Okay, so I want to write the code for this one. So basically what will happen over here is like you know when I'm just withdrawing the money. Okay, so this would be the same code, but instead of I was just adding this thing, so instead of this I will just subtract that thing. So I'll just copy this entire code over here because this code would be same. And what I'm just going to do is you can see that it says that amount, enter the amount you want to. So instead of this what I'm just going to say that you want uh, you want to withdraw. Okay, and once done with this I will just ask for again for the account number, like from which account number the person wants to withdraw. And then what I'm just going to do is this would be same. Okay, and instead of here I will just say that you minus that amount. Okay, from your whatever the result you're going to get at the index, just minus that thing. And we are just going to update this and set balance, so this will also be the same. Okay, so the code would be the same, just in this withdrawal amount, what we are going to do is we are going to just subtract whatever the uh, uh, amount which he or she will take it out. So I will just minus that thing from the current balance which I having, and that is a code which I have written over here. So once done with this, so we are done with this thing, okay. And what we are going to do is we are going to write for the another method. So another method over here is like a balance inquiry. So I will just copy this thing, and after this thing I'm just going to write the code for that. So I'm just going to say that def and this balance inquiry. Now in order to do the balance inquiry, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to say that ask for the account number. So I will simply say that AC is equal to input, and I will just ask enter the account number. Once done with this, what I just want to do is I will just write a query over here. So I will just say that select char from, and now this balance inquiry will be from which you're going to do the balance inquiry from which account. So it would be of amount, okay, because there you are making the changes. So you are going to say that select star from amount, because we are just going to display the records, the balance to the user. So I'm just going to say select star from amount, and what I'm just going to do is I will just say where and account number. Alright, account number is equal to percentage. Okay, so this would be my thing, and now I will just create a variable name, that is data, and inside this what I'm doing is I'm creating a tuple. So I will just say this ec comma, so this will create a tuple form, creating a tuple over here. And now I need to create my cursor object over here. So I will just say that x equal to my db dot cursor. And once I get the cursor object over here, so by this I can just make use of my execute command. And inside this, what I want to just execute is a and data, right? So I want to execute this thing. And once I'm done with this, what I would want to do over here is I will just fetch the results. So I will just say result is equal to, and I will say x dot fetch one. Okay, so I'm fetching this first line over here, and the next thing what I want to do over here is I will just say that print balance for account. And here what I want to do is I want to display the account number over here. So I will just come up over here and I will just say that the account number will be in AC, right? I will just say AC comma, and the balance for account, the account number is, okay. And after this what I want to just do is I will just say that result, and inside this result I have, so we'll start our result inside this result, so that balance is at our last index, right? So we just use that negative indexing, so we can just fetch that record. So I will just say that -1, and that's it. And once again after completion of this I want to display my main that menu, okay. So this was about my uh, uh, balance inquiry. Now we'll just go forward. So now we are going to just write the code for showing the details, okay. Now what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to copy this thing. So I'll just copy this thing, and instead of here I want to select this from the account table, okay. So I'll say that account, because I want to just display the details to the customer, okay. So this would be same like enter the account number, and this all would be same. Now in order to just fetch all, so I will just make use of the for loop over here. So I will just say for I in result, okay. And over here I'm just going to say that print I, and after this I just want to display the main menu, so I'm just calling that main method over here. So this was all about just showing the details, okay. So this will just going to fetch the details from your account table, all right. And once done with this, we'll just move ahead. So the next function we are having over here is we have the last one, that is the close account, okay. So I'm just going to copy this thing, and you are seeing that as we are writing the function, the code for the particular method over here, so that red line is getting eliminated. Okay, so we are not going to write the code for the last one, that is the close account. Now what we are going to do is we are going to say that define a definition. So I will just say close account, and inside this close account what I simply want to do is like I want to ask the account number. Okay, and I will just say that copy this thing over here. So I will just going to say AC, the variable name, and inside that I am asking for the account number. The next what I want to do is I am just going to execute the query. So what I want to execute the query is delete the record from the account. So I will just say that delete from account where the this account number is whatever the account number which I get. Okay, so I'm just going to say where account number is equal to percentage. All right, and the second query what I want to do, because I want to update in both the tables, so I'm just going to write the query for the second table. So I'm just going to say delete from amount where account number is equal to percentage. That's it. So you can just come up over here. So we are having this account number in both our table. So from this both table our data would get deleted. Okay, so and at last what I'm just going to do over here is going to do is I'm going to create a tuple over here. So I'm just going to say data is equal to, and inside this I'm creating a tuple of AC and comma. Okay, and once done with this I want to create my cursor object. So I will say my db dot cursor, and once I get the cursor object over here I will just store this inside a variable name, that is x is equal to, and then what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to make use of the execute statement, and in execute statement what I want to do is I will say SQL1 comma and data. All right, and I want to execute the second query also. So I will say x dot execute, and inside this I will say SQL2 comma data. That's it. And once done with this I will say my db dot commit in order to just save my changes over here. And then what I'm just going to say, I'm just going to call the main method over here. So we are done with the our coding part. All right, and now we are just going to run our project. So if I just click on run, so you are seeing this thing. Okay, so it's first displays you the menu. So now for example a customer wants to open a new account. So say I enter one over here, because now what we are doing is we are going to just enter the records inside our table with the help of our PyCharm, right? So initially you can just come up over here, so you can see that we are having no records inside our table, right? So you can just see over here, so we are having no records inside this. Now we want to just add the records over here. So we are just saying that open a new account. So it will ask you for the name. So say I enter that Ravi. It will ask you for the account number. So in general the account number is of 10. Uh, so it will just ask you for the account number. So we'll just say that it's 1234. Okay, just make it simple because we would be requiring this value again and again. So we just say that let the account number be 1234. It will ask you for the date of birth. So say I say it's 1 1 and it's 98. All right, and it will ask you for the address. So let's make it simple. So I will just say that a city name, say Delhi. It will ask you for the contact number. So uh, say uh, you can just type the contact number, and it is asking you for the opening balance over here. So let's take the balance as 2000. Okay, so this thing is important over here. So the initial balance with which the customer is opening his or her account is in this case his account is 2000, and as soon as I just enter, it says that your data has been entered successfully. Now you can just come up over here, so just view your data. So if I just come up first at the account table over here, and if I just say, so you are seeing this record has been added inside your account table, and in this case in the amount table you are seeing that the record has been added in here as well. All right, so this was nothing but this were our column name that we had created. So our open new account has been opened. Okay, a new account has been opened by the name Ravi. Now you can just enter as many as new accounts you want. Okay, but our goal is to now to check all this functionality for as how this deposit and withdrawal and other of the methods are going to function. Now, say for example, now this Ravi wants to say like he wants to deposit some amount. So now initially he's having 2000, but now say for example he want to perform this operation, that is deposit amount. So I will just click at 2. So it will ask that enter the amount you want to deposit. So I'll just say that I want to enter 1000 rupees. All right. So it will ask you for the account number, because in which account number you want to add that details. So the account number over here is 1234. This is the result why we kept it small, because we would be requiring these values again. So 1234. And as soon as you see that it's all done. So initially the opening balance was 2000, and then Ravi has deposited 1000 into his account. So it should be 3000, right? So why not we just come up over here and just refresh this thing. So you can see that it has become to 3000 over here. We are not updating in the account balance, because this is nothing but this is my opening balance at what initially the customer had opened the account with that particular balance. So I'm not updating in this case. I'm just updating in my second table, that is account. So my balance has got 30 over here. And now what I just want to do, like, fine, okay, so I have opened a new account, I have deposited the amount. Now what I just want to do is I want to withdraw the amount, right? So if I just say that I want to just withdraw the amount, say I will just withdraw the amount as 1000. So first I will have to enter the task which I want to perform. So I will just say that I want to withdraw the amount. So it will ask you like enter the amount you want to withdraw. So I will just say that 1000. Okay. So it will ask you for the account number. So I will just say 1234. That is my Ravi's account number. And if you can see over here, so just come up over here and you can just refresh this thing. So when 1000 rupees has been deducted, so your balance is it is showing as 2000. So yeah, it is working fine over here. And so we have even deposit the amount. We even saw that the withdraw amount is also working fine. Like now let's go to this balance inquiry. Now, for example, we were going over MySQL workbench to check the details inside a table. What if we want to display it over here itself, and we have written the method for that. So what I'm just going to say that I want to do my balance inquiry. So I will just say 4, and it will ask you for the account number. So I will say 1234. And once done with this, you can see that we are getting this balance. So it says that balance for account 1234 is 2000. And yes, it was, because we have now withdrawn the amount, right? So once done with this, now again this menu has been displayed over here. So our fourth task is also working fine. Now we'll go for the display customer details. Now what I just want to display the details of the customer. So now I'm just going to click as 5, and when I just click this thing, so it will say that enter the account number. So it is my 1234. And when I just do this thing, so you are getting this record, right? It says that Ravi, and this is nothing but the account number, then date of birth, then the address, the contact number, and the opening, the balance. All right. So this is nothing but I just want to let you guys know that this is your opening balance amount which is being displayed over here. It's not this amount, right? This is not the amount. Okay, so that is about the initial amount by which you have opened your account, that is being displayed over here. So we have got that result over here. And now what I would just want to do is suppose, say for example, I want to simply just close my account. I just don't want to deal with this, so I'm just going to say that close my account. So I will just say 6, and it will ask for the account number, and I will say 1234. And you can see that you can just come up over here and you can just refresh this thing. So you can see that the particular record has been deleted, and we'll even check for uh, the account table, and you can see over here it is also not showing any record over here. So we have deleted, we have closed that account, particular account. And if here also you can just view that thing. Now suppose you want to just display the customer details over here. So you can just click on 5, and if it will ask you for the account number. So if I say 1234 now, and you can see that we are going to get an error over here. So as it doesn't includes uh, the particular record inside your table. So this is all about how you can just create the project. That is, the project that we have created is the bank management system over here. And the code is quite simple over here. As you can see, the first thing what we did over here is we simply imported the module. We downloaded it via the pip. Okay, the uh, pip, we have downloaded this thing, we established the connection, and the first step what we did was we created that menu. So it was yours. So this was our main uh, uh, the the function that we build over here. So it is just having this simple print statement, and it is just we are making use of this if elif statements in order to just accept the choices like what the customer, yeah, or what the user want to input. And as you can see over here, that once we have done with this thing, so we are just saying that call main. So as soon as what happens, like once the connection is established over here, so it will directly come up over here, and it will just call this main over here, and this would be displayed over you. And when a particular client just gives the input as suppose a 1 or 2 something, then a particular thing, uh, that particular method would be called. Like say for example, if I just give 1 over here, so this method will be called. If it gives 2, so this method is called. All right. And so as soon as you establish the connection, that main will be displayed to you, because that thing we need to display, and via this the user is going to give the input. Now depending upon the input, we have written the methods, the code over here. So for the opening account, we have written this code. So what we are doing, that we are asking the information from the user. So we are asking for the name, account number, address, and all this the details which is required while initially opening your account has been asked. And then what we are doing is we have created a two tuple over here. You can see over here we are creating this two tuple over here. So this basically what it does is, this I have basically done because the in further parts I'm executing the query. And as you guys know that we are having two tables, okay, account and amount. So this is for that purpose. So I've created one tuple having this all details, and inside my second tuple I'm having only this name, account number, and the opening balance. All right. And I'm just executing my query. So these are nothing but percentage. Percentage is nothing but whatever the input which I'm taking from the user, those values will be inputted over here. So and then I created my cursor object, and via cursor object I'm just executing my query. So I'm saying that SQL1, that is my this query, and the data associated with this is this. So this particular values will be inserted in uh, this query. All right. And I'm just simply saying print that data enter successfully. Our next method over here is simply, but it is for depositing the amount, like whatever the amount you are having inside your balance. Now we want to add the amount inside our balance. So what I'm basically doing over here, I'm just asking that what is the amount you want to deposit, and based upon the account number I'm asking the account number. And here I'm just firing a query that is select the balance from the account where account number is this. So whatever the input I'm just going to get from AC, I'm just going to put it over here. And then what I'm doing, I'm again creating a tuple. Okay. And this is my single element over here. So in order to create that thing, I have to give a comma over here, and then this is considered as a tuple in Python. And then again I'm just executing my query over here, and the query, that is A, and the associated data with it, I'm just passing that thing. And I'm just fetching the record. So I'm just fetching one, so the one entire record will be fetched. And in that what happens, that the I'm going to get the that entire record will be inside my result. And this result, at the 0 index, I just want to add the amount over here. Okay. And once done with this, what I just want to do over here is I'm just saying that I need to update the record. Okay. So not the record, I want to just update the balance over here. So I'm saying that update my amount and set the balance as whatever the balance initially I was having. So what basically I'm doing over here is I'm simply just updating my balance. All right. So this line will just update my balance in my table. And then what basically I'm doing over here is like I have created this another tuple over here because I want to now execute my SQL, that is this command, as well as I want to associate it the data. So this T is nothing but I have written here, this is my result, and the account number, this is my account number over here. All right. So, and once I'm done with this, I'm just making sure that my changes have been saved in my database. And instead of withdraw code, you can see over here, this is the entire code which because what we are doing now in this method, that we are withdrawing the amount. So basically the code will remain the same, just the difference will be that we want to just minus the balance, whatever the withdraw amount is there. So we need to minus that thing from the original balance in the customer's account, what is present over here. So we are simply just minusing subtracting that thing over here, and the rest of the code remains the same as well. We need first, we are going to what we are going to do is we are going to minus that. We are going to first accept the amount that want to withdraw, and the next what we want to do is we are going to subtract that thing from the user's account, and at last we want to update that amount. All right. And the next function that we had was about the balance inquiry. So this balance inquiry is nothing but, in this case, what is happening, the result will be displayed from the account table. All right. Sorry, the amount table. Okay. So we are just basically whenever the customer says that I just want to do a balance inquiry, so we are just going to display the records from the account table. And in case of display details, what we are doing is we are simply displaying the details from the account table. Okay. So in this, what will happen that when we are saying that display the details over here, so this will display only the account. So that the point over here, as you can see over here, that this record will be displayed, that opening balance and all, because it is the account table over here. So we are just uh, displaying those records over here. And at last, what we are doing is we are writing the delete statement over here inside our close account, because we want to just delete the record if a person was to just close the account. So we are just making use of the delete statement over here. And in order to just delete, so we are just making use of this two queries, because we want to update the results in both. We want to delete the record from both our tables. So you can see that I'm saying that delete from account as well as delete from amount, and that's it. And we even saw that our code is working all fine. So I hope that you're clear with this thing. The code is quite simple and easy, just you need to follow it simple, and just make sure that while dealing with this thing, you just first go with this thing, like what we need to do. So these are nothing but these are the methods that we want to create. And in order to just create this method, we require two tables, because our task will be completed with the help of these two tables, and we are creating these two tables. And inside our account table, we had this many of the columns, and inside of amount table, we have this all uh, uh, the columns. All right. So I hope you are clear with this concept. So thanks for watching.